Welcome to my show. A guest here. Her name is Simran Saini. Mrs. Simran, how are you doing, ma?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much, Mrs. Simran. And also, thank you so much for the opportunity. Firstly, you are an author. You are also a mindset mentor and a philosopher. Can you please, Mrs. Simran,
Mhm.
discuss more about yourself and how you are doing currently now, Mrs. Simran?
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone. My name is Simran and I'm original, but I'm currently living in London and I work as an accountant. I have been in the accounting field from last 6 years, and but honestly, beyond my job, I have always had that deep desire to help people, especially those who are emotionally struggling. And the reason for that is very personal. I have been through a lot in my life. I grew up feeling distant, emotionally unheard, and for a long time. And I didn't really get the love and support that I needed. And because of that, I dealt with depression, low esteem, and um, lack of confidence for many years in my life. But then one day I decided that I had enough. I realized that I can't keep living my life like this and feeling like a victim and letting my past me. So I made a decision. I decided to take back control of my life. And no matter how others treat me, I won't going to let it destroy my and physical health. So I focused on my studies, I built a career, and I started working on myself from inside out. And that journey taught me too much. That and I realized that there are so many others who are silently going through the same pain. So I decided to share my story, my lessons, and the tools that helped me to heal. And I wrote my first book a couple of months ago, and I have mentioned all these things in that book. The name of the book is Because I Never Give Up. It's based on the darkest time in my life and how I go through this. And this book is not just about motivation, and it's more about what you can actually do in your life if you are stuck and lost. And this book is for anyone who is felt broken, for anyone who are struggling with fear, failure, or self-doubt. And I wrote this book for who have faced the same struggle like I did. And yeah, and I'm really happy to be here today to talk about emotional intelligence because honestly it changed my life.
I totally understand, which shows the kind of person that you are. Helping others through the book you've written, Because I Never Gave Up, is very beautiful. Because sometimes in life we face a lot of triumphs, a lot of ups, and a lot of downs. And we do know that a lot of people
Mhm.
today are also facing this type of ups and downs. And showing the sense of life you've passed through and how you overcame it would definitely motivate others that no matter how it is, we could definitely get through it. And that is why I also like you to dive more on that book. I do know that from the experience you've had, how you definitely overcame it, and how one can definitely use
Mhm.
that to also help themselves in the life or in this situation they find themselves. So can you please discuss more on the book, Because I Never Gave Up? And also, do you also have more book you are planning to write in the coming future, Mrs. Simra?
Discussed a lot of powerful strategies in my book. And one of the most powerful strategy that I share in Because I Never Give Up is what I call uh, act like your future self is watching you. So when you are drowning in self-doubts, it's easy to let fear make your decisions. But the another version of you, the strong, healed, and confident version that already exists in your future, the question is, what choices would that future version of you make today? Would they speak even if their voice is shaking? Would they go to job or write a book or take a bold decision or walk away from a toxic relationship? So every time self doubt hits, I tell people to pause and ask, if my future self, whom I always me, If that is in the same situation, how would they react on it? And that one question shift you from the fear to action. And confidence is built in those small moments of bravery, not when you are ready, but when you choose to move anyway, whether you feel ready or not. Because you don't wake up confident, you become confident by showing up when it is, and when you take that bold decision again and again. And I will keep teaching people with the help of my writing. I will keep writing the books, and probably I will publish another book that will be the part 2 of Because I Never Give Up. And along with that, I'm planning to write more books on human psychology, because if someone wants to be emotionally intelligent, that person needs to understand the human psychology. Yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely be expressing that because it is very beautiful. We should not use, as humans, we shouldn't be using fear to decide what we have to do. I think we should have to try our best to heal and build some sense of confidence
Mhm.
so we'll be able to choose the right choice, and no matter how it is, we definitely know what is right for us and we can go for it. So fear should not be what will be, triggering us in a lot of things. It's not going to really make us happy, and it will even make us to be comfortable in the position we find ourselves. And also, I would like to dive to the position of mastering your emotion. Mastering your emotion is very important because emotion is the first thing that matters. When emotion is down, a lot of things triggers in. So when the emotion is strong, I think a lot of things will also follow up within those emotions. So what do you think it means to truly master one emotions? And how do you think it is different from suppressing or probably controlling those emotions, Mrs. Simran?
Yeah, that's such a powerful question, I would say, because a lot of people think that mastering your emotions means never feeling sad or never breaking down. But that is not mastery, that is control, that is suppression. To truly master your emotions means becoming aware of your emotions. It means saying yourself that, okay, I feel pain right now, I feel anger or fear or shame, but I see it. I understand where it is coming from and I choose how I respond to it. I need to understand the root cause of these negative emotions and I have to work on that. Mastery is not a pretending that you are okay. It's a standing in front of that emotional storm and saying that I'm not running away from this, I'm facing it. And that is where you heal, that is where you grow. So, and suppression, on the other hand, it is like pushing your emotions down and pretending that it's not there. Even if you are feeling sad, you are saying, "Oh, I'm happy." That is not emotional intelligence. That is not mastery. That is control. You are trying to control your how you actually feeling, and what we suppress, it doesn't disappear. It comes out in anxiety, in burnout, in the breakdowns. So emotional mastery is not about control, it's about connection. It's the connection to yourself, to your truth. And when you build that connection, you don't need to escape your emotions. Then you learn how to lead them. And here is the thing, that your growth begins, then your healing begins. So the ultimate mantra for this is to understand your emotions instead of trying to control or suppress it. That is emotional mastery.
Wow, that is very, very important. That means we have to continue to give ourselves that kind of positivity within us, because we shouldn't let that fear or that anger give that kind of control over us. We have to try our best to give that kind of order, that kind of sense of I am this, I am that, and there's nothing that will change that. That kind of sense of emotional positivity is very, very important. So we have to definitely know how we could definitely master our emotion. And also, we do know that a lot of things keep people trapped in the life they find themselves. Probably it's fear, as you've said earlier, or hunger. But what do you think is the biggest one so far of the emotional trap that you think keep people stuck in self doubt, Mrs. Simran?
What I have found, that the biggest emotional traps are not always the big dramatic events. They are the quiet beliefs that we carry with us for years. And one of the biggest trap is that believing that you are not enough. That voice in your head that says you are messing things up or you don't deserve to be happy. That voice isn't your truth. It's not your voice. It's your wound that is talking. So try to heal that wound. Another trap is waiting for someone to save you, and I hate that. You are thinking that if the right person loves you, or if your job changes, or if the past could be different, then only I will feel better. But that puts all the power in the hands of someone else. In that case, you will always be stuck in the same situation for your whole life. You have to be the main driver of your life, the main driver. Be an active driver. Don't give the control of your life to someone else, that someone else will come and save me one day. And of course, the third biggest trap, I think, is the fear of failure. We are so afraid to fail that we stop ourselves from even trying. But the truth is, failing doesn't destroy you, not even trying does. And you live your whole life inside these emotional traps and never realize that the door was open the whole time. You don't break free from these traps by waiting. You break free by facing those fears head on, questioning those old stories, and choosing to believe in your own power. Even it is hard at first, even it seems impossible at first, but it is possible. You need to believe on yourself. So I think these are the big three traps that majority of the people are trapped in.
Wow, that means it starts from ourselves. That means every single solution that we need in our life definitely starts from we ourselves. Whether we are having fear or whether we are having the fear that I don't know what will happen, we shouldn't be waiting for someone to come and solve the situation for us. I think if we can solve ourselves, heal ourselves, develop ourselves, and give ourselves the positivity we need, I think everything will follow. I think those emotional traps will not come. A lot of people usually hold some old stuff, something that has happened a long time ago. It definitely does not help. So I think it starts from as the person. If we could help ourselves in one way or the other, then we could definitely help ourselves heal and become a better person for the society. And also, I would like to go to one strategy from your book. That is because I never give up. That was especially helpful for overcoming self doubt and building unshakable confidence. So, what one strategy do you think from your book that you could bring out that is especially very helpful for overcoming this self doubt that we have and also building this kind of unshakable confidence, Mrs. Simran?
I have shared total 21 strategies in my book, but I think the one that is my favorite is you should learn to forgive others. Because usually what happens in our life that suppose someone has done something bad with me, and I am carrying that baggage that this person has done something bad with me, and I'm taking that the baggage of the negative emotions with me throughout my life, that this person has done bad with me. But that person has already forgot those things, but I am the one carrying those negative emotions. So I think most important thing that person should everyone do is to forgive others. And when we forgive others, it doesn't mean that we just give them the chance to play them and let them go, let those negative emotions go. By that, you feel very light. And that is one of my favorite strategies that I have discussed in my book. Yeah.
Wow, that's very, very beautiful. Forgiveness is very, very important. It's necessary. Forgiveness is like a kind of a way to relieve a load within our emotions because forgiveness on its own is a very powerful tool we need in our life. Because whether we like it or not, people will offend us, people will do things that are very annoying. It's normal. And that is where we have to build the sense of forgiveness. If we have that sense of forgiveness, that load that we have within ourselves, will definitely help us heal. So by the time anybody do something that offends us, instead of us carrying that load, that that person never even know that it happened. Then we have the sense of leaving it and letting it go. It's not always easy, but forgiveness is very important. And I'm very, very impressed that you even brought it out of those 21 or 22 tools that you spoke about. And also, I would like to get to the point of emotional freedom. So, what do you personally, Mrs. Simran, um, think it's mean to live with emotional freedom? And how do you think someone can take the first step today to work on that emotional freedom, Mrs. Simran?
So, to me, emotional freedom means you no longer live at the mercy of your past or your pain. It means that feel sadness without drowning in it, feel anger without destroying yourself, and feel fear without letting it stop you. So, financial freedom is when your emotions are messengers, not your masters. It's when you realize that I can feel deeply and I still move forward. That is the real strength. And the first step is it's a radical honesty. You need to be honest with yourself. Just pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And what have I have been running from throughout my life? You need to face those fears. And most people don't need more motivation. They need to finally tell themselves the truth. Because once you stop pretending that you are okay, you finally get to start becoming okay. And emotional freedom begins the moment you stop judging. That's the doorway of healing. And emotional freedom doesn't mean to stop feeling. It means to stop fearing from what you feel. And when that happens, you stop running and start living your life. So that is the main mantra.
Wow, that is very, very impressive. Emotional freedom is very, very important. We live our life freely without any ups and downs. We live our life the way we want it, which is very, very impressive. Because if we have this blockage, this kind of triggers, or this kind of load within ourselves, it will not help us in several ways, and it won't help every single one of even your the self person. And that is why a lot of people develop a sense of sickness, every single contact sickness, because those load are one of the issue that we have. So we have to give ourselves the sense of emotional freedom that we definitely need. And I would also like to ask Mrs. Simran, for those that are also probably listening now, that they are also really, really struggling. You've dived a lot when it comes to emotional freedom and emotional ups and downs that you've brought to the topic. But for those that are currently in a dark place and seriously struggling to find peace, what do you think is the word of encouragement you could offer to them
Mhm.
right now, Mrs. Simran?
Okay, so if you are listening to this podcast and if you are in the dark place right now, the first thing I want you to hear is that you are not alone. It might feel like the weight of your pain is crushing you. The peace is something that other deserve but you don't deserve. But that is all the lie. It's all lie that your mind is telling you, and it's the most common one. So healing doesn't mean you have to fix everything today. It means you have to take one breath, one moment, and one step at a time. And I want you to remember this: you are stronger than you think. Even if it doesn't feel like that right now, your very survival is the proof of your strength. It's okay to cry, it's okay to rest, but do not give up. Because the moment you decide to believe in yourself, even just a little bit, is the moment your life starts to change. You didn't come this far to give up, and your story is not finished yet. So remember this: do not give up, doesn't matter how hard the situation you are in. Yeah.
That's very, very beautiful. Thank you so much for the beautiful insights, Mrs. Simran. Definitely, no matter where we are in the world, we are never alone in ups and downs. Some people are even facing the one more heavier, and that is life. I think a lot of people in our time today, due to the power of social media, they normally feel like they are only the ones passing such situation, because when they won't go to social media or go to their phone, what they see is positivity, positivity, positivity. No one do want, most of the time we don't see those negativity. So people usually feel like they are, but most of the time we are always not alone in terms of triumphs, in terms of up and down. We are always, a lot of people are also facing a lot in the life they find themselves. And we have to know how we could solve it to move forward in the life we find ourselves. Lastly, I would like to go to your lovely book, Because I Never Give Up. Definitely, there will definitely be probably one core message you feel like you could take, or two you could take from the book that you think when someone even probably check it out, it will definitely help them in one way or the other. So, what do you think is one core message or two from the book you hope stays as long as they finish it, Mrs. Simra?
So, if there is one thing that I want every reader and every listener to hold on to, it's that you are the hero of your life. No one else is coming to save you. And that's not a message of loneliness, it's the message of power. Your mind can be rewired, your fears can be faced, and when you do that, you have the strength inside you that no circumstance, no setbacks, and no pain can take away from you. So long after this book is closed, I want people to remember that because I never gave up, it is not just a title, it's a way of life. It's a daily choice to believe in yourself, to fight through the fear, and to never stop showing for you. And that's the tool I hope stays with the unshakable belief that no matter what people throws at you, you have got what it takes to rise. Do not wait for someone to come as a hero in your life. Remember that you are way stronger than you think. You are the hero of your life. You don't need anyone to come and save you. You have to save yourself. You are the rescue of your life.
100% beautiful. And that is the perfect truth. We are definitely the one that can decide whether it's going to go well or it's not going to go well. No one is going to come, nobody is going to come from anywhere because every single person is facing his or her triumphs. And that is the beauty of the life we find ourselves. Lastly, Mrs. Simran, there's a question I normally ask during the end of the show. From our forefathers, from our ancestors, there are a lot of beautiful things that do exist during our ancestral time that is missing in our time today. If there is anyone or
Mhm.
anything you would like to bring back to our time today, Mrs. Simran, what do you think that thing will be, Mrs. Simran?
It was the patience, because if we see that our ancestors were so patient regarding the things, they have a satisfaction. If they have less, they were satisfied and they were grateful to the god that the god gave them the things, even those were just the tiny things. So they were grateful, they were patient, they were happy because they had less expectations. I'm not saying that we should expect less from our life. As I said, we are the heroes, so we have to make our story beautiful and adventurous as well. But we should learn to be patient in our life, to be grateful for the things that we have in our life, and most importantly, our ancestors were so much engaged in being positive and have the positive background as much as I have observed. So yes, so we should adapt these things. I would say, I will repeat, gratefulness, it's the satisfaction, it's the patience, and it is the positive influence from others. So we have to learn these things. I would not say it's not the one thing, it's the fourth thing I have explained, but I think all these are so much important in today's life and should adapt.
And that defines that there is nothing like overnight success. The life that we are into, I think the way we see it now is not the way it actually is. And that is the beauty. There is nothing like something happened today and tomorrow it starts to boom. We have to be very, very patient. And patience is very important in every single one of our life. Because if there is no patience, then we will not really get to where we want to get to. Because the life that we are into now, we have to continue to see how it emerge. And if we see how it emerge, that is when we know the next step we will take. And that is why patience is very important. So if we can have that sense of patience, have that sense of reasoning, I think it will really, really help every single one of us, and most especially oneself. And that is the beauty. I think during that time, there are a lot of patience, and I definitely hope that we can have this sense of calmness to see how things evolve, then we will know what step we need to take. to see if it will definitely work or not. Patience is very important. I also want to use this opportunity, Mrs. Simran, to sincerely thank you for the time and the opportunity on speaking on this very important topic, because a lot of people are really facing a lot of triumphs, ups and downs. And as a woman who is a who has been through lot of emotional triumphs and actually get through it, it definitely shows that there's no one that definitely cannot come out of any ups and downs he or she have found himself. So thank you so much, Mr. Simran.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me today and giving me the chance to share a tiny piece of my journey and the message behind my book, because I never give up. So, thank you so much for this opportunity.
All right, Mr. Simran. Have a wonderful day, Mr. Simran. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye. Bye.